Hi, my name is Pastor Hal York, and welcome to Truth in the Trenches. Today we're going to be in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 31, where we read this: "The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord." There's a trend now in sports, with especially younger kids, not to keep score. One town in California even went so far in their novice soccer games not even to use a ball. So you have 22 kids playing soccer on a ball field with no ball, no one keeping score. I don't know how to break it to them, but that's not playing soccer. That's just running around in a field. How do you know you're not playing baseball or football or field hockey if there are no rules, no ball, and no score? As much as we would not like to see our little ones experience the agony of defeat, it is one thing we all have to learn how to deal with because it's part of the reality of life. Our favorite team is going to lose the big game. If you play a real game of soccer, you will not win them all. When a job opening comes down to two people, one is going to be thrilled, the other is going to be sad. That's life. It happens every day. We cannot isolate our children from these realities. We must prepare them to meet them, to handle them when they come. That image of kids running around in a field with no ball and no rules, no goal, is sort of a microcosm of how man lives without God in his life. He has no idea what he's running around for. There's no purpose, no goal other than to have fun. And someone blows the whistle and you stop running or you start running in a different direction. They are not concerned with victories or losses or rules. They're only concerned with having a good time, what makes them happy. And if they are happy, then that's all that matters. Coaches tell kids the most important thing is just to have fun. And when you're a kid playing a game, that's not bad advice. But if I go to a hockey game and pay $200 for a ticket to watch grown men play, I hope the coach had more advice than just that. If my team loses, I'm not going home happy because it looked like they were having a good time. But what about the Christian life? I think today there are many believers living the Christian life in churches as well that are like those kids playing soccer. There's no rules, there's no ball, there's no purpose, there's no goal. They're just running around being active but accomplishing nothing. Making believe they are playing a game, but are in fact just working up a sweat for no reason. The very word victory implies conflict, opposition, struggles, and battles. To overcome obstacles to achieving what we hope to accomplish. But Proverbs 21:31 is one verse among many that talks about victory. Yes, we should prepare the horse for battle. It speaks of being prepared, of planning, of strategy, of study, of discipline and dedication. Paul says, "So I do not run aimlessly, I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after having preached to others, I myself should be disqualified." And Paul basically there is saying, I'm not running around in the field with no ball, with no goals, with no purpose. I'm not just pretending to be in the game. No, I'm preparing for the battles ahead. I don't want to become a casualty of a lack of discipline and dedication. And the writer of Proverbs is saying it's not wrong to prepare and to plan, but he's telling us it's basically this. He's reminding us that it is God that gives the victory. Our victory was not because we were such good strategists or planners or so disciplined. But what is the victory that God gives? Let me just give you three things quickly. I think faithfulness is one. Paul exhorts Timothy to be faithful. He says in 1 Corinthians that it's required of a steward to be found faithful to Jesus Christ, to the end, faithful to the Word of God, faithful to the gospel message, faithful to the cross, faithful in our marriages, in our work, in the church, faithful in using the spiritual gifts He has given us. Victory is the fruit of the Spirit in every circumstance, in marriage, in job, church. If someone was watching our life from the sidelines, would it be obvious that we understand the purpose and the goal of life we are living? Faithfulness today and to the end, fruitfulness, and that God might be glorified and magnified in my life in every situation. Is God happy just to look down from heaven to see His children seem to be having a good time? No. He wants us to have victory, to be faithful, to be fruitful, to live our lives to the glory of God. As you look at your life, does it have meaning? Are you like Paul, who says, I don't want to run aimlessly? Are you running aimlessly? Maybe you've stopped running altogether. You're just not doing anything. You're not even pretending to be in the game. Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58, My beloved brothers, be steadfast and immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. For when it's all said and done, the horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. May this truth guide us and guard us in the trenches of life as we seek to live for the glory of God and the good of others. May God bless.